Now let's go back to Dwight with a report on the high jump.
Thanks, Tom. The men's high jump today features a duel between two men, the last two Olympic champions. American Charles Austin won the gold in Atlanta, and Cuba's Javier Sotomayor, the only man to ever jump 8 feet, claimed the title in Barcelona and owns both the world records indoors and out. As their careers wind down now that they're in their early 30s, the rivalry continues to motivate both jumpers.
Every time Soto and I can have a chance to compete, you know, it's a great feeling. We really enjoy competing against one another, and, you know, it brings out the best in me, so I'm looking forward to it.
These guys have traded victories at the world-class level back and forth for the better part of the entire decade of the 90s. But this is one of the new kids on the block, Vyacheslav Voronin of Russia, just 24 years of age. He has the best mark in 1999 at 7.7 3/4. His first attempt with a bar at 7.6½. He's 6'3" and about 165 and hits the bar on the way down, which we've been seeing a lot of in the early heights. It seems that this run-up is a little bit on the slow side, and it's making a difference of maybe an inch or two on each stride. And if you have 8 strides times 2 inches, that's 16 inches difference in your plant. The Olympic champion from Atlanta, Charles Austin, the American outdoor record holder, world champion way back in 1991. His first attempt at 7.6½, and again with a slight brush on the way down. All of the athletes seem to be having trouble getting their plants as close to the bar as they should or as they want to. This is the height where Charles had a problem at the national championships. You can see here he's in very good position, and watch his last stride. It's nice and short, but he's about 6 inches out at the plant further than he wants to be. A little bit of a brush with his upper right thigh, not enough to have any problem displacing the bar, but he needs to make the adjustment as the bar goes higher. Very vivid concentration for Sotomayor. He has great ability to block out everything, but then wants the crowd to get involved. And he has a much different run-up from everyone else in the field. At 6'4½", 180, he is the most powerful man the event has ever seen. Great speed, and the exact same problem for all 3 athletes. They're having trouble sliding their plants close enough to the bar for their height to be right on top. High jump is for height, but also for accuracy. You have to make sure your height is right on top of the bar, and he was very fortunate. He gave it a pretty good wrap, and it stayed on. He is so powerful and has a unique technique, the way he clears his body. So all 3 athletes over on their first attempt at 7.6½. Tom, they're starting to get to serious heights in the men's high jump. The bar 7.7 3/4. Charles Austin, one of 10 children still living and training in San Marcos, Texas, up for his second attempt. This is well over his personal best from this indoor season. And once again, Charles Austin clears the bar, but he hasn't had one clean clearance in this competition. He's jumping well. He's just not jumping well in the right place. And he takes too many steps in a straight line, those last 3. Charles does have a tendency to do that as the bar goes up in height, and the bar actually comes off the pegs and replaces itself back. So a clearance for Austin at 7.7 3/4. Now this is Voronin. His first attempt at 7.8 3/4. This is well over his personal best. He's led the world all year this indoor season at 7.7 3/4. So this is the stratosphere for this young Russian. He works much better with a short run-up, and over with just a slight brush. A big personal best for Voronin, and into the lead as Javier Sotomayor jumps after Voronin. His first attempt at 7.8 3/4. And this is a height that Sotomayor has not jumped for several years indoors. 3 times he has been the world indoor champion and the world record holder for 10 years indoors. And that is why Javier Sotomayor is the greatest high jumper who has ever lived. When the pressure is on 99 times out of 100, that is how he responds. And this is far from a great technical effort for him. He actually long jumps the bar here, but he long jumps it with his hips in perfect position. Lots of daylight around the bar. 7.8 3/4, and Sotomayor still with no misses in the competition, and has just taught the young Russian quite a lesson. The bar has been raised to 7.9 3/4. This is Charles Austin's second attempt. He passed after the one miss at 7 8 3/4. This is his only chance to win. And the defending world indoor champion, no more left in this competition, knocks the standard over on that attempt. So the best he can be is third here, $10,000 for third place. And if he had cleared it, it would have been an all-time indoor personal best for Charles Austin. So Sotomayor, 4 times now the world indoor champion. Voronin, a surprise silver medalist, and Austin, third.